Alright, let's talk a little bit about the New York Knicks this year. The Knicks have been having an okay season, in my opinion. Now, if you really looked at the record, you probably see a very, very even record, mostly 500, probably a little bit below 500 right now. And to be honest, I'm not too surprised, alright? Were we all surprised? No. The East got a lot better this year, so I'm not surprised that all of a sudden the Knicks are falling off, or they seem like they're falling off. But if you actually look at it, the Knicks actually had a 500 record for the most of last year. Realistically, as much as we like to talk about how much Julius Randle was an all-star and how good the Knicks were last year, oh, they're a fourth seed this, oh, they're a fourth seed that. They were sitting at 500 by the time All-Star break came. In my opinion, after All-Star break, it was sort of when Julius Randle sort of sparked up, and that's when he had the full most improved player right in his bag that entire time. 30-point games, 20-point games, 30-point games, 20-point games, even a 40-point game every once in a while. And now this season, it just seemed like him and the rest of the team have regressed like crazy. But him in particular, because he is the leader of this team. What's happening to them this year is it's kind of confusing, all right? Because Julius Randle he's been a questionable player since he got drafted, and his way of playing has always been questioned. But last year, when he actually sparked up, got a jump shot, lost weight, it looked like he was on the path to being who everyone thought he was gonna be. He was playing great. People compared him to a bunch of players. They said he was better than Chris Bosh. They compared him to a more athletic Zach Randolph, a more versatile Zach Randolph, one that could shoot. And it looked like the sky was a limit for him because he was still young and he has tons of time left. And he even still does now. But what we've been seeing from him this year, it just shows complete regression. I don't know if he just doesn't care anymore or he got the bag and now it's all good. But this entire season, it seems like he doesn't want to play. All right. If you look at it himself, the numbers are very, very okay. All right, his numbers have dropped this year. I expected that because when Evan Fournier came into play, I thought RJ Barrett was gonna get a lot better, and I thought he was gonna have a bunch more shooters around him. So I was expecting him to not to average 24 points or whatever he averaged last year. But this year, it seems like not only has his scoring regressed, everything else has gone up. And when I say everything else, I'm talking about the bad categories. The turnovers have gone up. His plus minus has sucked this year. I don't know what's going on. All right, if you guys don't know, I'm a Knicks fan. Okay, I was watching the Knicks the first year they got Julius Randle. When they first got him, he was a terrible player. All right, his first year, not the year where he won and was a improved player, the year before that. All right, so the thing about it is that year he had this real tendency where he would go do a spin move and then throw the ball to the other team, and it seems like he's sort of doing that this year too. Except this year he's making it a lot harder to watch because at least back then I could at least say, all right, I know Julius Randle is going to turn the ball over, and we have no one else on the team to really pass it to, so who cares? I mean, it was really just him on the team that year. RJ Barrett was still a rookie, so who cared? Now he has an improved RJ Barrett. He has shooters around him, a great bench, great players around him, people that can drive, facilitate, do everything. But yeah, every time he comes on the floor, he has to pick the ball up down the floor. I don't know why he has to be the point guard because in my book he should be getting down low and getting ready for that post up. Two, I feel like every time he gets down there, the first thing he's thinking about is not where to pass it to, even though he knows that players have been guarding him for the past year, saw him get better, and now they know he's going to go to the left 95% of the time. And what they do is they double team him. That's exactly what the Hawks did in the playoff series. But instead, he still does nothing with the ball. He grabs it, holds it for a while, takes a bunch of the shot clock, and then after a while, he decides to go do a move, go down the paint, and then pass it out right back to the other team. Because by the time he gets down there, he's already trapped down there. He can't pass it out to anyone, so it's already a disaster. So seeing him do this, it angers me, all right? As a fan, it really angers me. Because I want to see him do good. And I'm not going to be one person who's going to go boo him and stuff. But I can see why people are booing him, all right? He can't complain about people booing him when he's doing the exact same thing every time and expecting a different result. It makes no sense. It is the definition of insanity itself. And other than him, the team has been very, very mediocre this year. Evan Fournier, who we paid a bunch of money this offseason, has decided that all of a sudden he doesn't want to show up unless he's playing the Celtics. Honestly, his defense is very, very mediocre. Sometimes he plays great, sometimes he loses his assignment. When it comes to his offense, it's very, very up and down. One game he'll drop 10 points, one game he'll drop 30 points, and one game he'll drop 5 points and he'll be very inefficient. So it's very annoying to watch someone do this, especially when you pay them this much money and expect them to actually show up in some ways. Now, I thought he was worth it, Now I'm thinking he's basically just a glorified bench player who's playing in the starting lineup, taking minutes away from the younger guys. Now, when it comes to Kemba Walker, I feel really bad, all right? Because I like Kemba Walker, okay? I don't think he's a bad guy. He's been a great player for the rest of his whole career, and I've wanted him on the Knicks for a while now. But it seems like it's already too late for him, okay? He's regressed fully. Of course, sometimes he'll have a good game every once in a while. But the biggest problem isn't the fact that he doesn't even score. It's the fact that he barely plays, all right? Now, the thing about Kemba is he's had an injury-riddled history. And I was expecting people to take it slower on him. I was expecting Thibodeau to take it slower on him at least this year. And even though he sort of has, it hasn't worked at all. Because at the end of the day, he's still not healthy. He's still not healthy at all. He'll play a couple games, get injured, play a couple games, injured. It's not working, all right? And the thing about it is that when he's not even doing anything in these games, if he's not even affecting the game, taking over the game, doing anything, what's the point, all right? Now, luckily they didn't pay him that much money, so it's not like we're going to be sitting here like, oh, dang it, we paid him this much, and oh, he didn't do that good. Because, honestly, I don't really care. We paid him a little bit. If we want to move him this trade deadline, it's okay. And that's the same thing with Julius Randle. If we want to move Julius Randle this trade line, I'm okay. We have a young team. We have RJ Blair playing great. We have Cam Reddish, who's barely even getting minutes. Get rid of the older guys. Get rid of the Fourniers. Get rid of the Burks. Get rid of all these guys and build small. If that's what you want, build young if that's what you want to do, all right? Now, obviously, we still have a chance to make the playoffs this year, and I 100% think we can. The East has gotten harder, so I'm not surprised that we're all of a sudden slipping in the conference. The thing about it is that we're slipping in the conference against teams that we can easily beat, all right? We could easily beat some of these teams, and we're losing to them, like the Magic. We can beat the Magic, but we're losing to the Magic. And we can go and we can compete with all these other big-name teams. We can compete with the Bulls. I think we can compete with the Cavs. I think we can compete with all of them. But the thing about it is, we just, I don't know if the mentality is not there. Julius Randle does not care. Our older guys aren't playing great. It's just not looking great this season. So I don't know if they want to shut down and say, let's just play the younger guys. I am not going to be mad, all right? I will not be mad. We still own our draft picks this year. We still have a lot of potential. And I still think we have the chance to get Zion, especially after getting that Cam Reddish trade. All right? If we can get Cam Reddish his minutes, if RJ Barrett can keep doing great, I wouldn't be surprised if a good player like Zion would want to come to the team. And even if that doesn't happen, we have a bunch of draft capital. We're doing great. We're fine for the future, even if we're not a team that's going to be winning now. And I didn't think we're going to be winning now, even in last year when we finished the 4th seed. I knew we weren't going to win anything in the playoffs. And I knew that even this year, a team led by Julius Randle is not going to be able to win an NBA series, playoff series, or at least win an NBA championship, all right? So when it comes down to it, I am completely okay with us playing the younger guys, all right? Throw away the older guys. Let's play the younger guys, and let's give them minutes, because players like Quickly, Toppin, Grimes, they all have the potential to play great, and they've played great this season. The only thing about it is that our coach Thibodeau, not only has he been playing terrible lineups this year, but he's refused to change the lineups at all. And that is also the definition of insanity, because at the same time, the dude can easily take out Julius Randle, who's been playing trash this year, and play Obi Toppin, who was a lottery pick, 8th pick last year, but instead he keeps playing him every game and not giving Obi Toppin more than 15 minutes, all right? So when it's all said and done, I would not be surprised if we don't see the younger guys. We see the same thing this year, and we just go into nothingness, all right? Now, I'm not going to go sit here and say, let's go fire Thibodeau, because in my opinion, I think Thibodeau is a good coach. Now, the defense this year has been lacking, and that's what he sort of brought to the table when he became a coach, so I'm a little bit confused, but I'm not going to go and hate on him, all right? I just want him to give the younger guys a chance, all right? That's all he has to do. But that's all I really got to say. What do you guys think of the Knicks this year? I don't even know if you guys are really watching them, but what do you guys think of what they've been doing this year? Do you think Julius Randle will be able to turn it around? Personally, I'm not sure, because it looks like he doesn't care. But with all that being said, that's all I got to say.